From NCT to Blackpink concerts to members leaving their group and award shows, today I'll be wrapping up some of the news in K-pop that happened this week. NCT kicked off their concert a few days ago, but before the show could even begin, there were already problems arising. A handwritten note was found in one of the hallways of the venue. In the note, it was stated that there would be bombs planted where NCT would be performing. Pictures of the note started to make rounds and people were making it known that there could be a possible threat. Police and bomb-sniffing dogs then searched the entire area, and it was determined that there would be no threats. However, the bad news did not stop there, because about 2 hours into the show, fans started to get closer and closer to the barricade that separated them from NCT on stage. This caused the fans in the front to be squished up against the barrier, and it did not help that this was the part of the show where the members were throwing merch into the audience. When the members started to notice that the fans were starting to be squished up against the barrier, encouraged everybody to take a few steps back, but it didn't seem to work, which caused the entire barricade to break with multiple concertgoers tumbling over. The boys then left the stage and the lights were turned on so that the entire situation could be resolved. The entire incident resulted in about 30 people fainting, but thankfully nobody was harmed. Please remember that this overcrowded situation happened just 5 days after the Itaewon tragedy, where over 150 people lost their lives, with many others injuring themselves due to overcrowding. The concert was then cut short, and on the second day, there were a lot more security and safety protocols put into place, and the second day ran smoother. But moving on to a lighter note, but still on the topic of concerts, Blackpink have been on their tour for a few weeks now, and I'm still bitter because I did not get tickets. But netizens have spoken up about their concerns about the group's level of performance and professionalism on stage. Blackpink haven't been on a world tour since 2019 before the pandemic, and they only had one virtual pre-show concert called The Show in early of 2021. So obviously the Born Pink World Tour is easily one of the most anticipated K-pop concerts this year, but when the show started to happen, many people were quite disappointed. Fans who went to the show expressed how they were met with half-assed choreography and lip-syncing after they paid hundreds if not thousands of dollars to see their idols. From the videos that I've gathered, we can see that members would not put their full energy into choreography, with multiple members missing beats or just forgetting the dance completely. I understand how this is quite disappointing for many fans and possibly even frustrating. Obviously, we can't blame YG for everything, but I think the lack of promotion alongside the girls not being able to attend any music or award shows really made the girls lose their spark for performing. Because if we take a look during their pre-debut or during the time where the girls were still attending shows, their energy is unmatched. But for a group that has debuted for over 6 years now, the show that they're putting on right now is quite underwhelming. Of course, we are only at the beginning of the tour right now, so a lot of improvement can be seen. But at the end of the day, I would still 1000% go to their show, and I'm still bitter about not getting tickets. Speaking of YG idols though, it was just announced 2 days ago that Mashiho and Yedam would be leaving Treasure. For those who don't know, both of them trained and debuted in Treasure in August of 2020. Mashiho and Yedam were announced to go on to hiatus in May of this year. In the statements released, Mashiho would be going home to Japan where he would spend time with his family to recover from health issues, and Yedam on the other hand would be taking time to further his career as a producer. And although this is quite unfortunate, YG did state that this was a mutual agreement, so I do believe that Yedam will go on to create lots of great music, and Mashiho will be able to heal with the people who matter the most to him. Again, this news comes as a surprise to many fans, but for right now, let's just celebrate the amazing comeback that Treasure just had last month. And I, along many others, hope nothing but for the best for the 12 boys going forward. But enough of the sad news for now. Congratulations to all the idols who attended, performed, and won awards at the Genie Music Awards that happened over the weekend. I think I can speak for a lot of us when I say I'm excited to see what this awards show season would look like, as it's kind of the first year where everything's going back to normal and people can watch live shows again. But with that being said, I hope all the idols and staff working stay happy and healthy, as we all know that this could be a very overwhelming time for everybody involved. So we as fans should stay voting for our favorites instead of hating on others. But that is all from me today. Do all the things you're supposed to do on YouTube, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Clearly I should become an idol because I can sing. But that's everything for me today. Please be respectful in the comments or else I will just block you. And as Hoshi always says,